Whoops, didn't go.
Hi, I'm JP Sears.
All right, I know that's JP Sears. I'm trying to get live on my, there you go. Connecting now. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. Hi everybody. I'm on YouTube Live and on Instagram and Facebook. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. Hello, hello, hello. We're going to talk a little bit about the Mercury Retrograde. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Mercury Retrograde and what that all means and what that is going to be bringing in for us, right? Good morning. And how that might influence your day or your, well, it's going to be longer than a day. This is the shortest retrograde yet the longest. So Mercury is in Gemini for till July. And it is this is going to be a very profound retrograde. And I'm going to say profound because now look at my throat's going. I was sneezing and everything before I came on. This is crazy. I could tell Mercury's retrograde because, you got to do everything twice when Mercury's there. This is I know what is better. I say. This is about truth. Truth is coming in of what we are seeing the truth. And with this long square to Neptune, it's all about propaganda. It's all about the media and the news and your news. So the news is north, east, west, and south. That's what the news is. So looking at the north, east, west, and south and trying to find direction in our life. And that's where this energy comes in. Mercury retrograde in Gemini is finding direction in truth. Gemini is the inquisitive one. It wants to ask questions. It wants to go into what the truth is and finding that, it's like, a sailor finding that North Star, finding the true north. And I feel like that's what he's trying to do or trying to show us. Yet even, our North Pole has, is slightly off. The magnetic field is freaking out. So the world in itself, Earth, Gaia, in her own self is even freaking out. So there's a lot of freak out that's happening right now within the Earth itself. So it's trying to find, as humans, as our connection with Gaia, we're trying to find that truth, that true north energy. And this is where, with Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, about growing up, this is us growing up with our connections. Where are we growing? What connections are no longer in alignment with us? What connections that or frequencies are not our frequencies anymore? And that's where that guidance comes in and that Mercury retrograde comes in. It's having us looking for that guidance and what that guidance is, how it lays out upon our road. And Pluto conjuncting the moon, conjuncting Pluto today. As Mercury's going retrograde, Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. This has been a huge awakening, for looking at its spiritual sense, a huge awakening since, coming in 2008, disrupting our way of life, disrupting the banking system, disrupting the foundation of this world. And that's what he's been doing. He is that mystical sea goat. He is the one that wants us to seek higher ways of doing things. He is the one that wants us, and he's taking us into a huge new energy. But where he is, because his ecliptic is so weird, he's at the farthest distance from the sun. So he is way out there. So he's getting a different point of view of what's going on. and bringing in that disruption, bringing it in and getting us to, because he's the Lord of the underworld. So we think about going into that underworld, that's why there's so much shadow work going on. That's why I'm doing the karmic release on June 4th, 5th, and 6th. There is this releasement of the underworld, of our shadows, of our truth, finding our true north. And with Mercury retrograde, it's like, here we go. We're going to bring this up. We are coming into this deepness, this energy, this sensitivity of it all. And it is a time where we can't numb out, and we got to deal with it. We got to deal with a lot of our truths. We got to deal with what parts of our own lives that we have numbed out, or we haven't been facing, or we haven't been dealing with. And this energy is coming in to get us. And with Mercury retrograde, it's getting us to ask questions, to review, revise, revisit. This is where all of the retrograde energies are coming in. And with Mercury, the last time, this is undoing a spell. The last time him and Neptune met was last year when he retrograded in February of last year in Pisces. And that's where the spell was cast. The spell and the illusion of the world, the spell of what the information that was coming out. And Mercury, he conjuncted Neptune when he was retrograding. So here is this energy of illusions, of bringing in altered realities, altered news that is coming forth. And the sensitivity with this is the deepness that he wants to take us down into. Now with Pluto plays a huge role because the moon conjuncted Pluto as Mercury went retrograde, which is, when I look at that, I'm just like, wow, okay, there's something there, because the moon is our personal self, our internal self, our feelings and how we are guided. And here he's meeting up with the god of the underworld, saying to us, we got to take a deep look at our own selves within our mundane world, Capricorn, and how we are going forth and putting our energy forth into this world. And this is a deepness. And then we go as June, Mercury retrograde, and going into June, what is not feeling, what is not flowing for us, where are we hiding? And that's going to be coming up for us because the sun, we're in the eclipse season too. So the sun and the North Node are in Gemini, which is huge. So they have the power, they have that force, they have this beautiful conjunction that's going to be coming up when the solar eclipse comes in, and there's going to be Gazini. That means when the sun and Mercury get really close together and he burns them out. So there is this energy that's coming in that is getting us to really look at things, because this is, we can go back to January 12th of 2020 when Pluto and Saturn met. And who else was in there? Mars and Mercury. All of those guys were in there. It was a huge event of this energy coming together. And this is where the evil came out. Remember, I called them the Mafia Brothers. So we had Jupiter, we had Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn all together at the 22-degree mark, which this is going to be at, activating. 22 degrees is a world point. That means there's a world activation point that's going to be coming in. When they met last year, that conjunction was at 22 degrees. It's a world activation. That means it's going to have a world effect. It's not a personal effect. It's a world effect. The world effect will end up having a personal effect upon us because it's going to be a world view, right? And the world energies that are on there. This is where the false show, the Neptune illusion, started coming in. This is where we need to start coming in and looking in and continuing, where people were continuing to believe in the false show and the Neptune illusion. Here we're coming in and saying, where is my truth? What is my truth? Am I questioning both sides? Am I listening to what me, my divine, my God is leading me to? This is us coming into that energy. And with Jupiter being in Pisces right now, he's just pumping the energy. He's just pumping it. He's just bringing it in. He's in with his bro. He's in with his brother. He's there. He's pumping the energy. They may not be conjunct, but that Jupiter energy, he's big. He's expansive. He's going to come in. Neptune is way out there. That's pushing a force. That's a vibrational force that's coming out that is saying, are you seeing it? If not, we're going to just party on, honey. We're going to party on. We're going to continue this flow. If you are not wanting to pay attention, Mercury goes retrograde and saying we need to find the truth. We need to really look at this truth and really question what is coming in. And that's where this Mercury is coming in. You're going to feel it. And if you're not aware of what is going on, and if you see people that aren't aware, they're going to have a hard time. They're going to have a hell of a fucking time with this, on why things are happening and what's going on. They're going to feel out of sorts. There's going to be people who are going to be feeling low and depressed, and anxiety and overwhelmness is all going to be a part of this. So we want to step in, where, that numbing out is going to come forth. So we need to find those points, find the points of what is triggering and what is making you feel lost. This is us asking those questions, being honest with ourselves, and going 100% with your truth. Not 99, not 90, not 75, not saying, no, I'm not too sure, 100%. With Venus on top of Mercury, also with that retrograde, this is our values. What are your values of self? Why am I so sensitive about this? It could be money issues, because Venus, money comes in. You might be wanting to earn money. You may be wanting to create more of an abundance in your life, yet you're not willing to take the job because you'd rather stay home and play Minecraft. Or you are wanting to buy little things on Etsy or whatever it is, and that's causing the money issues. Looking at those and being honest with the energies, being honest with yourself, and stepping into the truth, even though it is sensitive and maybe it's that shadow you don't want to look at, needs to come out. And in coming out allows for you to, again, I talked about this is that psychic debris, that psychic energy that is in the consciousness right now, where people go in on their timelines. Well, if I get a job, or if I do this, and this will happen, or this, and it's like, okay, hang on, you're projecting an energy into something that hasn't happened yet. You're automatically assuming that all of this is going to happen, instead of taking that of what you know is the truth, is saying, yeah, but look at what can happen. Look at the beauty that is there for me. And coming into that truth. So this is bringing it to the table. And this is going to allow for this push, this wave, because waves from Neptune are coming in, right? So Jupiter's pushing, Neptune's pushing. So there's these waves that are coming in, and Jupiter with the South Node takes longer reflective time. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, South Node, looking at that. And Neptune can have us feeling alone and way out there, because it is out, right? So we might be feeling overwhelmed. We might be feeling, oh my God, I'm the only one who feels this way. Why am I going through all of this? And everybody hates me. And I'm so blah. Neptune can bring that up for you. So this is really looking into and our feelings. And with Neptune's feeling so far away, what are we doing about it? This is being honest. This is coming into our honesty, and coming into that honest truth is so important. And sometimes this is where I'm going to say, if you need a psychiatrist, a psychologist, you need help, get it. because this eclipse energy, this is where people need it even more. This isn't a time to say, oh, I can fix it on myself and I can go sing Kumbaya by the fire and go home. If you need the help, this is a time to step out and get the help that is needed. It is so important to reach out. If you need to book in coaching sessions with me and do some spiritual coaching, definitely let's get you in and get you some spiritual coaching. I'll set you up. And spiritual coaching isn't just one session. I usually do packages. You have to do at least 3 coaching sessions with me. And it's important. The reason why is like, first one be like, oh, you might be upset or mad at me. The second one, we go through it. By the third, hopefully giving you a little bit more tools. But what I found with people who are doing the coaching sessions with me, that it's like it ends up being an 8-9 week sessions that we're doing on a continual basis and helping them go through different parts or different things within their life and being able to deal with it. I have a few clients that are doing not only the spiritual coaching with me, but also seeing their psychiatrists and psychologists. They talk to them about them. They're like, they have actually recommended and told them, continue on with this spiritual coaching because it's working hand in hand. I'm working on the spiritual realm and they're working on the physical and mental realm. So this is where we need to come in. And it can be uncomfortable. The uncomfortable truth of the world is there. And this is where the stage, the media, and is coming out, and the media says it as a for sure. This is a for sure. That's what they said. This is for sure happening. That's what they said to us last year. Now, new truths are coming out. New things that other people or I have been saying for a long time are now coming out. These truths are now coming out. And it is about speaking your truth and asking. But the thing is, here's the thing is, there's a lot of people coming out and speaking their truth. There's ways of doing it. There's ways of doing it. Don't be a Karen. Because a lot of people who are coming out and bulldozing and coming out with their truth, okay? I always tell you, educate yourself. Look into it. Go on, Google or DuckDuckGo or whatever it is. Go on the different sites. DuckDuckGo, you'll find, maybe some more information. Go in. If you dig for it and finding the truth, you'll find it. But the thing is that this is where I said the other day, once it's seen, it can't be unseen. And a lot of people don't want to be seen or don't want to see what they have to see because they don't want to take that responsibility. So this is taking the responsibility and seeing what you need to see, asking the questions. What is the truth? Sometimes we don't want to. I get that way. I don't want to know certain things. And I end up looking into it and I find out about it and I'm like, oh, fuck. But now what am I going to do with it? I'm going to send it healing. I'm going to look into, because I know with the astrology, what it's showing me and where it's guiding me, that I need to come out. And this is where Neptune can help you to channel and help you with the truth. This is where, even though he's a malefic, right? Even with Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter, I said, they own the corner. They're the mafia brothers. They own the fucking corner. You could go and you could do the shit that they say and they can hold you. Saturn and Pluto could, held you back and say, you want to listen to this? Sure. Here you go. Listen to whatever. We're going to put the news on and you're going to believe that and all that propaganda and all of this illusionary spell casting. We'll let you listen to it. The door is unlocked. You can get up and walk outside the door, go across the street and go upon a different road. The choice is yours. It's always yours. It's always yours. Right? So it's always there for you. And Gemini with this energy definitely will win. Definitely will win. It is that world point in the 23 degrees as we're coming into 23 degrees, especially when it comes to Neptune and Pluto, and they're coming into these later degrees, which we have not witnessed in our lifetime, is the uncovering. Our things and energies are uncovering. And the uncovering is bigger than what you would have expected, bigger than what I can expect it, bigger than the atrocities that you think are happening on humanity. Truths within the next month or so that are going to come forth are going to be cray, baby. And it's this healing. It is that bursting. Remember I talked about the pimple doctor? This is this coming in, and it has to come in. And Pluto retrograde is like he's gone down into the underworld. When Saturn and Jupiter entered there last year, like Saturn was already there, but bringing them in, it's like he brought them in, kind of like metaphysically brought them in and brought them down into their lair. And now they have to go out as Jupiter goes out into Pisces and goes, and retrogrades back into Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius, it's coming back and saying, okay, what connections are working with you and what connections aren't? I just saw a bunch of shit back in Capricorn that I know that there's affiliations and associations that are not up to par. Where are your affiliations and associations that you're putting towards? Again, now we're going to go to consumerism. Where are you spending your money? Where are you putting your energy? Where is that? That's where you make changes. Money is the way the world works. Where you put your money and how you spend your money has a lot to do with power. And when people collectively make a change in how they put that out, Venus on top of Mercury retrograde, put that out, Venus, money, luxury, what do I want? How we do it has huge power in how we do things. And it's important for us to be looking at that. Government, hidden agendas, all of these things, this negativity and this and the lies that have been being told by an astrological point of view. What is Pluto going to be doing? And he's there till 2023. He's going to be revealing all of this more for us. Saturn in Aquarius, getting us to look at the new points of view and the new people that we have to associate with. How we feel, how we connect with them is going to be important. Neptune or Uranus, where Uranus is, the new order, bringing in the newness, but where Uranus is at the same point as when Hitler and Stalin were making their points of view in the world. Saturn is saying, who are you affiliating with? Where are you putting your affiliations with? Gemini and Mercury retrograde is saying, are you looking at things and are you questioning it? Or are you just going with whatever? South Node Sag. And here we thought we were just having a little Mercury retrograde, right? Of course not. Of course not. I mean, why would we have just a little Mercury retrograde when this is the oddest and weirdest Mercury retrograde that we've had in years? Right? So it can't be just something simple. This is coming to our human nature, the natural order of the cosmos. That is where nature is. This is where we are looking at these things and this mental issue that are going to be coming out. And Mercury's bringing it out in Gemini more and more. And with Neptune is still going to be in Pisces till 2025. And they're going to be squaring and stopping. This is the longest square that they're going to be having with this. So this is coming in. This is breaking out and the deprogramming of everything, and this deprogramming and bringing in that of the energy of the divine God. With Mars squaring Neptune, it's the flow in the universe. How are we flowing? Because he's pumping it. Mercury's in Cancer, the mother sign. Here we are. He's not very happy there. He doesn't really like it there. But it's this pumping. It's this energy of saying, okay, here we go. So it's bringing in sensitive truths. And people are feeling it and they're feeling overwhelmed. And we have to honor some of this. We cannot. And I'm going to stress, I've seen people, saying, well, why everybody, my family hates me and blah, 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 blah. Because you threw up all over them. You didn't come in with kindness and love. You thought you were, but you were not. This is understanding, okay, if they made a decision and you don't like that decision, that's theirs. That's theirs. You cannot change their path. That is their path that they came in to come in. You can let your truth known, but that's it. That's it. And this is where it's like coming forth. We got Jupiter and Neptune born from Kronos. Saturn's their dad. Uranus is their grandfather. They come from a crazy fucked up family. So when the two get together, can bring in things that are not serving our best interest. Jupiter does, people know Jupiter's sort of, they call him, the Santa Claus of the universe and stuff. That's all, yeah, he is benefic. Yeah, but he's with his brother. He can, there's a darker side of Jupiter where he can lead you down a crazy road because he's expanding things. You see this and you're just like, woo, this is Wonderland. Look at the lights. I want to go there. He'll say, yeah, this is great. And it might look good when you first get in, but how much cotton candy can you eat? How many merry-go-rounds can you be on? How much stuff can they give you to buy you off? And Jupiter's saying, but look at all of this. We're going to give you this and we're going to give you this. I'm just going to show it all to you. And Mercury comes in and he says, are you questioning things? Are you questioning why this beautiful Wonderland just showed up? Are you questioning why things are happening right now? Because everybody has their own truth. And if you're arguing with somebody, remember the other person is right, whether you like it or not, because they're coming from their truth. And who is going to see this, right? So suppression, and this is where we have to come back and identify things within our own life. Where are you suppressing things in your life? Where are you lying to yourself? So you also have to look into, money could be money. It could be with relationships. You have to honor your shadow sides and look at your shadow sides. As my mother would say, you got to clean up your own backyard before you start pointing fingers at other people's backyards. So this is owning yours. And this is looking at the truth, right? And what that truth. And it's like, I pulled out, and several times I've pulled out the judgment card, and here's the angels, the trumpets, and everybody's rising out of the coffins. And that's where I feel the energy's coming in. It's like people are rising out of the coffins. And this is where we're coming in and we're finding our tribe. Finding the people that we need to connect with, finding the people that we can work with. And this is a time of not numbing ourselves, right? And when I mean by numbing ourselves, I mean, it's like having 2 bottles of wine. No, have a glass of wine. Cool. That's fine. Going out and taking a bunch of hits of acid, maybe not a good thing. Going off on MDMA or cocaine or crack or fucked up shit like that, maybe not a good thing. This is not a time for us to escape. This is about the courage of being in truth, the valid truth, questioning both sides, complete and not being completely lost in the illusion. It's when you question both sides and you get the information, then you can see it. I've listened to both sides of the jab. I've listened to both sides, and I've come to my own beliefs and what I know is to be true, looking with the alignments of the planets and saying, okay, this is more of the alignment I need to go with. When people aren't, that's theirs. That's what they got to deal with, not me. Yeah. So deeper to look at. And with that square to Neptune is to realize and come out of the fog and the ultimate truth without numbing. And it's a hard truth, and we are not wanting to hear. We're not wanting to hear, and we're not wanting to listen to that of God. However you define God. And there is beautiful, loving energy that is there. It is there, and it is there for us to follow. But we really have to honor where we are and look at what our truths are and why we're doing what we're doing. And this is our soul and our body. and we're in mutable energy. Mutable energy comes into mutation. Mutation is a variant. What is that variant that is coming in? I can't make this shit up, and a variant is a mutation. So what is the variant in the mutation that is coming into this world at this time that is getting us to wake up and going into this mutated world? And not to be the follower, but to be the unique individual that we are. And this is where, again, the moments in history, the suppression that is coming in. We're seeing, I saw this and I can't believe it. A guy got a ticket for doing a handshake. Like, how militant is that? I think a handshake is like, can be 2 meters away than an elbow. Just saying. Hope he fights it. But this is where we're finding our own police, our own military are suppressing, and soldiers that are suppressing the freedom of others and suppressing our truth and what is true for us. And there's ways about doing it. There's really ways about doing this. This is why standing in the light and being in your truth of who you are is very important. It's very important because this is moments in history right now that are repeating itself. History does repeat itself, people. Let me repeat that. History does repeat itself. We're in a repeated time right now. We're in the time of crisis and change. That's the energy that we're in. And through that crisis and change comes through. Remember last year I said was Kelly. This is Hathor. Hathor wants to bring in. She is a goddess of chaos and change and the darkness and the shadow sides, and getting you to come into that shadow and that darkness to do that ultimate releasement that we need to do. And this is radical finds in our values and where we are needing to take our energy back so that we come back. We're going to find a lot of false truth that is beyond the crimes of humanity that are going to be revealed. And that's where this Mercury retrograde is going to come in. It's coming in to let us know that, yeah, okay, the moon met with Pluto. Okay, that's pretty big. On the same day that Mercury goes retrograde. So you look at these little synchronicities that are happening up in the heavens, and you look at how they're happening, and then you sit back and you sort of watch, how is that unfolding in this world? And you see how it's unfolding in this world and the chaos that it's bringing. So we need to honor self. We need to honor ourselves and come into our truth. So we are going to be going through a little bit of a craziness, a lot of craziness, and a lot of truth that's going to be revealed for us. And not to turn away from it. Not to turn away. When they're saying the biggest lies, these are the biggest lies. It is the biggest lies. It is the biggest lies, that are being shown to us. And a lot of it, you can just shake your head with it. I heard that, the president said that if you got both jabs, that you don't have to have a mask on, but then people don't want to go without a mask because they don't want to be identified as a Trumper. Like, what the fuck? Like that's the way people are. That's where they are. So there's interesting truths that are coming, or interesting ideas and philosophy, that are coming forth. And you got to sort of look at these information that's coming in. You got to look at the information that's coming forth for us and what is being the agenda putting out there. So I'm going to say, stay in your spiritual light, stay in your truth that like your alignment. Don't be a Karen with this. Don't go and throw up on people that just because they don't believe you, they don't like what you're saying. That's okay. They don't have to like what you are saying. They don't. You just have to be the example. That's the thing. You have to be the example. If you're going out there and making a scene on things like that, There's a way to do things peacefully, and that's where we want to go into. We want to go into the peaceful changes that need to be done. I'm not going to say that there won't be aggression that will come forward. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of aggression. There's going to be a lot with all of this coming forward. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be extremely upset. So it is a volatile time. A lot of people are going to be extremely volatile because not everybody is where you are. And that's what you got to understand. Not everybody is where you are. Spiritually, mentally, physically, your truth isn't always somebody else's truth. So not everybody's going to believe me or agree with me, and that's fine. You got to go with yours. Does it frustrate me? Yeah, it frustrates me. Does it frustrate me when I see that people are saying that this is fine and they're doing it blindly? Yeah, it does. But I have to honor that. I can't, I can't bulldoze it down as much as sometimes I want to. I'll post. I will come out. I'll tell you what needs to be realized right now. This is about, seeing what needs to be realized, especially with this moon in Capricorn. This is like saying, with Pluto, what do you need to look at? What do you need to be doing? Because with Pluto still there, he's still got some crazy shit to be revealed to us all and bringing up some more depths. And once he goes into Aquarius after 2023, that brings in radicalness, like radical, crazy radical energy with all of that. And it's stepping into our truth, baby. Stepping into our truth. So there you go. Mercury retrograde. It's going to be a crazy time. It's going to be radical. We're going to be finding our values. That Uranus square with Saturn is really going to highlight our values on what direction we really want to be going in and how that looks and how that feels for us. And as I say, a lot more is going to be revealed for us and we're going to be seeing it. I think you all can feel it. I think many of you have been feeling this for a while and you just know it. So trust that knowing this, right? Just trust it. So if you are wanting to join me for the planetary mapping, it starts tomorrow from 1 to 4. It's 8 weeks. We're going to be doing the Cosmic Highway. I might even do it shorter than 8 weeks. I might be bringing in a couple planets at a time just because of my Sunday schedules have started getting crazy for some reason. But then that's Mercury retrograde where I didn't look at it. And now Mercury's showing it to me. So let me know if you're wanting to do the Cosmic Highway. And yeah, this is here we go, baby. This is, let's get going. Let's ride this wave. And we're going to be good because Mercury brings in light too. So there is a light that comes in. Remember, he's a malefic and a benefic. He talks to everybody. So honor Mercury during this time. If things are going bad for you, just say, hey, Mercury, I know you're a trickster. Thanks for letting me know. And you'll see things change around. Light a candle for him, have a Mercury retrograde candle, and honor that because he's on vacation. Just think of all the communication that he has to do. So he's on vacation, but he's taking a deep one. A deep dive, baby, deep dive. So with all of this, I'm going to send you out with so much love. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you and all that you say and all that you be and all you do. Thank you so much for being a part of my day and sending you out so much blessings. Let me know about my classes, the planetary mapping, and the karmic release, which is on June 4th, 5th, and 6th. Have a blessed one, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.